Hello, my name's Kevin Stamp at PS Motion. This video is about the new features you'll find in MechDesigner Professional 10, and I hope you enjoy them. Thank you. New feature number 1. You can use equations while you edit a dimension. So here we have 100. Let's say I want to go minus sine 2/3 plus pi. That's the answer. Feature number 2. You can control select any element that continually updates in a kinematic or kinesthetic way to open a dialog and review its data at that point in the machine cycle. For example, I will control select this CAD line here. We open the dialogs, the properties dialog, and we can see that its length in X direction and Y direction, overall length, its angle, that's in the base part, and also its angular data. So its angle is repeated, but its angular velocity and angular acceleration. Now when we cycle the machine, you can see these continually update so you can review them. You can also open as many as you like to review many simultaneously. For example, if I control select the cam, then its properties are also made available. So in that case, we have the contact point, the pressure angle, its curvature and force. And because I don't have forces engaged, then these are set to 0 at the moment. So that's feature number 2, instantaneous properties that continuously update as you cycle the machine. New feature number 3. If you can graph a variable or a parameter for a machine cycle, then you can also find its statistics for that machine cycle. For example, I'm going to look at the pressure angle of a cam, and I would normally connect that from a cam data function block to the input of a graph function block, double click it, and look at the cam pressure angle. If I can do that, I can also find the statistical information for that graph by connecting it to a statistics function block. And I would control select that and then look at the dialog, and it provides me with the statistics. In this case, it's the mean pressure angle, the absolute max, which coincides with the minimum in this case, the maximum, the RMS, and the standard deviation. That's new feature number 3, the statistics function block. New feature number 4. In the spring function block dialog, you'll find 3 new parameters: the Coulomb friction force, a damping coefficient, which is a force which is proportional to the velocity, and the drag factor, which is a force proportional to the velocity squared. And the velocity relates to the rate of change of the distance between the anchor points of the spring. So you have 3 new parameters that you can use within the spring function block, which gives it more flexibility. New feature number 5. In the design set, you can also not only put in dimensions and motion dimensions, you can now limit the range over which you can edit the values using the minimum maximum button. So in this case, the 55 cannot be any less than 27.5 and greater than 82.5. But also, you can add parameters from other dialogues. For example, in this gear pair, I might want to edit the number of teeth in the design set. So all I do is make sure the element is highlighted and then click the gear pair in this case and select the number of teeth, and that should pop into there, number of teeth. So if I now want to edit the number of teeth, I can do it in the design set. So that's new feature number 5. In the design set, dimensions, motion dimensions, but also now parameters from other dialogues. A small new feature, so you can now plot the magnitude of the velocity and acceleration of a point by using the bottom output connector from point data function block. So here we are plotting the magnitude of the velocity and the acceleration of a point, which we can also show as vectors in the graphic area as before. New feature is the maths function block. Now you can apply equations to a maths function block and use inputs to derive the equations. So in this case, I have 4 inputs to the maths function block, and I'm using them as parameters and variables to derive the equations for a epitrochoid curve, and also the velocities of the epitrochoid curve that allows me to plot a cam, and also the accelerations of the x and y coordinates of the epitrochoid curve to allow me to plot the radius of curvature. So you can get quite sophisticated with a maths function block. You use the inputs as parameters or variables, and the outputs can, in this case, be used to drive a horizontal and a y and a vertical slider. So there we are. New features in MechDesigner Professional 10. Thank you for watching. Contact us anytime for a free trial and download from sales@psmotion, or visit our website www.psmotion.com.